Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another project share to share with you guys, this time using a Baby Boy 6x6 paper pad to create a beautiful album. So I'm going to go into detail about the scraps that I have, the tutorial and where you could find that, and just in detail about how I decorated it, and you guys are going to see all the pages and all that fun stuff. So I hope it inspires you, and let's get started. Alrighty, so again, I used the 6x6 paper pad by Echo Park called Baby Boy. There is this Baby Boy collection, but there is also another one that's called Hello Baby Boy, and they're two different collections. So this one is just the one that says Baby Boy. This one is the 6x6 paper pad that comes with 24 sheets, and I pretty much used everything except for a couple of like little scraps that I have here. Yes, I could totally make a card with this. I've got a lot of like these longer strips. You could use them as belly bands if you wanted to and add them to the album. I'm going to hold on to them. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. I have a lot of Baby Boy paper, but I feel like I'm going to hold on to these. Like I like these like thicker ones. They're great for cards. They're also great for, like I said, belly bands. I could even use this one to create like a smaller pocket. You could layer up two together if I wanted to. Like this isn't, you know, the best coordinating one, but you could stick two together and form your own little pocket kind of that way. I could also use it on a back of another album and just kind of paper piece together and do that ripping technique to create like a whole back layer of an album. So there's still plenty of options to do with those scraps, or if I have some die cuts or some ephemera, I could just make a bunch of Baby Boy cards. So here is the album that I created. It is a 6.5 by 6.5 album with a 1.5, I want to say, inch spine. I did some stitching here. I've got my zigzag stitch going on here. It is not gold. It is like a beige. So there's some zigzag stitching. There's a regular stitch here. A regular, nope, that's a zigzag stitch. I was going to say that's a regular stitch, but nope. Zigzag stitch all the way. And zigzag stitch on the back with my logo sticker here. And I've got this cute little ribbon tie closure. I decorated the front with this cut apart that says I love you to the moon and back. So I was creating this for somebody that is gifting it to somebody that is going to use it as a brag book kind of for twins. And these papers don't have anything about twins, guys. So that was kind of hard. I was trying to not do like welcome baby boy on the front because it's welcome baby boys, you know, or there's two babies instead of one. So that was kind of hard. But I tried, so that's why I put this I love you to the moon and back on the front instead. I also couldn't help myself, and I just needed to add these flowers. I didn't know what else to add to the front. I knew I wanted to add in some kind of sticker because I do have the 12 by 12 sticker sheet as well. I did have that to be able to coordinate kind of with this. But I really wanted to add flowers to this, and I don't know why, but like I had like the colors that like matched so well, and I kind of put this together, and I just love how this flower cluster turned out. It's probably like my favorite thing on the cover. I've also got these glittery enamel dots for a little bit more decoration and some sparkle. And now let's get into the inside. So this is what the inside looks like. I did the inside kind of matted with like a dark blue cardstock that I had in my stash. Here I've got a waterfall. It says Born to be Wild. And let me talk about why this is popped up on dimension. You guys see how that piece right there is popped up on dimension? Oh well, guys, that's because this has a magnetic closure, and these here on the side are all magnetized also, and they got magnetic closures. So the problem with this was that these magnets are kind of facing the same way. So when I didn't have that, they were getting stuck together with that page, and they were opening together so that every time I opened the album, it was opening like this, with this already open, because it was sticking to this and opening it kind of together. So that's why I had to add that on like a pop-up kind of thing, so now they don't do that, and I could just kind of open it, and there we go. So here on the left hand side, I've got this waterfall. It says hush little baby, don't you cry. And I've just got this waterfall with some of the solid papers from the 6x6 paper pad. And that just looks like that. And I did make a girl one previously, very similar to this, just obviously with girl paper, but that is also another project share. I'm not sure which video is going up first, whether it's this baby boy one or the baby girl, but you'll see both of them eventually. Also, for a tutorial for this album, I got the tutorial from Let's Get Scrappy, Tiffany. She has a tutorial on these page units. So these are called signatures in an album, and I have two kind of signatures in here. Same style page unit, but she has a tutorial on how to make these page units themselves, and then you kind of just have to figure out like the spine and the hinge kind of on your own, but it wasn't too hard to figure out. I mean, I've done the two albums that I've made so far, I have done differently and done my hinges differently, and I kind of just play around depending on how much space I may need in my album. So anyway, you guys saw this, the 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, and it's so cute. They all open up. You could add 2 photos here, or you could add 1 photo and kind of like a milestone. However, here I have a cut apart, and it says name, date, time, weight, length, and I was just thinking, since this is for twins, maybe they could just kind of split this in half and write the 2 names, the 2 dates. Well, obviously the date is the same because they're twins. The time, the weight, and the length, and just have that in here, and they could still have photos of both babies. And because these have 2, you could have a photo of each baby here, or you could just add 1 photo of both babies kind of together. So there is that. Then here you've got this space for photos, you've got this space for photos, and I did have some, I think, die cuts in my stash. I don't even know if this is from the same collection, but I did have some die cuts I found also, like ephemera, and this is left open, so you could still add a photo right underneath that. Then I also have this insert here, and it just looks like so, decorated on both sides with some patterned paper, but you could also just add photos to those. And more photos would also like fit inside this insert if you really wanted to add more. Here's the next page. I've got the 4, 5, and 6 months, and again, they all open up and are magnetized closed. I just loved that addition that I came up with for the baby girl album, and I was like, ooh, I want to use it again here because there is that 6x6 paper that has these cut aparts, and I just love how it turned out. So I did also have some cut apart sheets. So although, yes, I'm using a 6x6 paper pad, I also had the 12x12 sticker sheet, I had some ephemera, and I had the 3x4 12x12 cut apart sheet, and I had the 4x4 12x12 cut apart sheet. So a couple little extra things to help decorate this album and put it together, but for the most part, I did just use the 6x6 paper pad. Here are the 2 cut aparts. It's a boy and love, and again, this was originally going to go on my cover, but then I was like, but it's 2 boys, so I decided to just kind of put it in the signature. And I figured if the person wanted to, they could do 1 signature for one of the boys and the other one for the other, or they could just kind of keep it together throughout. But you also had more space for photos here, more space for photos here, and then we've got the second signature, which I have as the same exact layout as the first one. So here we go. So here we have the 7 months, the 8 months, and the 9 months. And again, they all just kind of open up with this little cute little like flaps. I do have a cut apart in here that says be brave and courageous. And you could add a photo to the back, but obviously you could just also add other photos into this little pocket here. On the back side, you've got more space for photos. I feel like I'm going to zoom in a little. I feel like we're so zoomed out. My camera just like filled up before and I had to kind of restart this part. So it might be not so even with the previous clips, but it's fine. So space for photos, space for photos. And here I have another insert here, and obviously you could add more photos to this, do some journaling, but you also could add more photos into this pocket because they are pocket pages. That's how there is an insert in here, but there's tons of space for you to add extra photos in here if you choose to do so. Like, it's nice and wiggly in here, so you could definitely add in some more things. Here I have the last few months. We got 10, 11, and 12. And I just love how these turned out. They're so cute. And 12 months there. And then here I have cut aparts. Something tells me that I'm going to love him forever. And you are a shining star. And you can add more photos in here, add photos to the back and whatnot. Here I have this cut apart that I just matted onto some cardstock and made into a little tuck spot. So it's a little tuck spot here, but again, I could have used one of those strips and made a belly band where you could tuck in more photos. But it says you are as cute as a button, and that just tucks in there. But you could obviously add a photo to the back here. You could glue it behind here. You could do another tuck spot. You could make this a journaling card and do some journaling on here and still have a photo in the back where you just add photos and photos. Then here, more space for photos. And then the back side here just has this sticker that says, "Oh baby." There is a cut apart kind of journal card that says, "Welcome home, sweet little baby boy." Opens up and it could be like, surprise, there's 2 boys in here. So there's that. And then this just says cute as a button, just another little decorated element, and that is stuck down completely. And that is the Baby Boy album that I created. So that is everything for the Baby Boy album. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are inspired by it, and I just love how this one turned out. I hope you guys do too. And I'm also happy that I got to use up another 6x6 paper pad, another whole 6x6 paper pad I get to write off on my list, because you guys know I love to keep track of all the paper I'm using and whatnot, so always fun. All right guys, so that is everything, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. Check out the links down below for the paper collection, the tutorial, and all those other fun things, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. Talk to you soon. Bye.